few months ago, my next guest received a wonderful surprise, 30,000 feet in the air. On their way home from picking up their adopted newborn daughter, two flight attendants threw them an impromptu baby shower. Passengers wrote encouraging notes on napkins, and the moment was shared all over Twitter. What hasn't been shared is why that moment was so special for this couple, and here to tell their story are Dustin and Caren, along with their 4-month-old daughter, McKenzie. Y'all give it up for them. How did this come about?
Well, Dustin and I were both from Southern California, and we're actually on a flight up to Denver for Mackenzie's birth. So we're there for her birth up in Denver, and we're actually able to get clearance when she was 8 days old to fly back home to California. Yeah. So on our flight home, we were so nervous. Coming home on an airplane, we're brand new parents with an infant child. We had no idea if she was going to cry, what was going to happen on the airplane.
And people get vicious.
Yes.
Like it's like, oh, I'm making her cry. I wanted her to cry. Why are you yelling at me right now? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got on the flight, and we knew there were going to be some stares from people. So we were just like, we just want to go in the back. We just want to get in the back of the plane with our daughter. Please don't judge us for being on board. And then we got back there, and really quickly, after about midway through the flight, our daughter woke up, and I made contact with our flight attendant, Jenny, and she asked us, so what are you flying home with such a young infant for? And that's kind of how this whole thing started on the plane.
So, okay, so take us back. You wanted to be parents, though, for a long time, right? A long time before this actually ended up happening.
Yes, exactly. So Dustin and I, we met right out of college, fell in love, got married, and we actually wanted to wait probably about a year before we started a family. So we just want to enjoy that time with just us and before we started a family. So that's what we did. And then after that time frame, we started to try and increase our family, and it just wasn't happening. And so we figured, okay, we need to do something else. And so we actually went, and that's when we saw a fertility specialist. And we saw a lot of different fertility specialists, and that's when we started, okay, we need to do these fertility treatments at that point.
So how long were you trying through all of that?
It was 9 years.
Wow.
9 years of this, yeah.
At that point is when we thought, okay, what's this next step? Is it adoption? Is it surrogacy? How are we going to go through to get to that?
Yeah. So what did happen? So when did you finally go, we're going to adopt?
Well, it took me a lot longer to actually get to that point for wanting to adopt than it did for Dustin. And I think part of that was just because I felt like a failure as a woman of not being able to have a biological child, of my body's not working how it's supposed to do that. And I was afraid that, will I be able to love an adopted child as though that child was my own, my very own? And I teach high school, I teach science and biomed.
Well, thank you for being a teacher, by the way. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. And with my students, I love my students. It's not just about teaching them the content. It's about helping them to become the best individuals that they can be.
Oh, you're a great teacher. You're not just a teacher.
Teacher.
Yeah.
You should see the way she's with her kids and the way her kids talk about her. It's like they're talking about their own
So
mom.
you already have kids in a sense too, like in a sense when you were trying that hard, at least you were still, you're in a job, your vocation is to be around children to help mold them.
That's exactly
That's the same kind of thing.
Exactly it. And that's what Dustin mentioned is he said, you already love children that aren't your own. You're with over 100 kids every single day doing that. And with that experience, and then with also just family members and friends of having the little babies and sitting there and reading to them, I thought, I can do this. I can love a baby that is not mine biologically just as much as if I gave birth to a baby.
She's adorable.
So, she is.
So bring us back though to the flight. So you're on the flight, like how did the whole baby shower come about?
So we got on the flight, and I had talked to the flight attendant, Jenny, because as soon as she woke up, I wanted to change her diaper. And that prompted the question, why is she flying home with you when she's so young? And we said, because surprise, we just adopted her, and we're bringing her back home to California. We got in our seats, and then a few minutes later, another flight attendant named Bobby locked eyes with us, walked up to our aisle, and then kneeled down and congratulated us and said, I hear you guys have some exciting news. And we said, well, yes, this is our daughter that we just adopted, and we're bringing her home to California. And he asked a couple other questions. A few minutes later, intercom comes on, and it's him. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the interruption, but we've got a very special announcement. We just want to let you know that we've got a special guest on board this flight, McKenzie Moore, who is only 8 days old and flying home with her mom and dad, Caren and Dustin, that just adopted her. And then the entire plane started cheering. Everybody started applauding and whistling and cheering all at the same time.
Did all those 9 years, that moment had to be just like, like finally. 9 years, and then everyone's celebrating with you.
Exactly, and that's part of what hopefully made it so special is because we're also worried that will other people love and accept our adopted baby as though she was our own, because she is ours. But will they accept that? And are they living in that outpouring of love that they've shown? And everyone was clapping and cheering, and we're bawling, and we're just crying.
I mean, I wasn't even on the flight. I'm so emotional right now. I'm like, this is so beautiful.
He took it a step further because then he said, we're going to pass out napkins and pens through the entire cabin, and let's give Caren and Dustin our best. Let's give them the best suggestion for new parent advice and what I want them to know, like a baby shower. Exactly.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
By the way, I just sitting next to you guys, I just haven't met you before, but I can already tell you guys are going to be the most amazing parents.
Well,
and she's very, very lucky to have you. Very lucky.
Well,
so much love.
It's so beautiful. Tell us about the flight attendants. You said it was Bobby
and Jenny. They were great. Even when we got on the plane, I remember Bobby just like saying, "Welcome to the flight, man," and was the most genuine and warm person as we got on board. And I just thought, wow, what a nice guy. And then Jenny was very attentive, just very, very friendly, wonderful people.
We're so lucky for them to actually come out and to take that extra effort and to perform this kind act for us. And we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them since. That was the one and only time that we've actually ever seen them or have had any type of conversation.
It only takes the one time to meet people who are awesome.
They're out there soaring the skies.
That's awesome. Well, Caren and Dustin don't know this, but Bobby and Jenny are actually here. Come on out! You're the best human! Watch over that table.
Oh, it's all right.
Come on over! I'm gonna go this way. Oh my God!
Looks a little bit bigger now, doesn't she?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
We didn't pull you guys off a flight, did we?
Absolutely, thank you.
If everybody doesn't mind shuffling down a bit.
Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea how much this meant to us.
Sorry, this is incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Sit down.
And wait, Jenny and Bobby, y'all are married, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's adorable. You're both flight attendants and you're married, and do you just always do flights together like that? That's adorable.
We do. We fly together about 75% of the time.
Yes, we fly together a lot.
Yeah,
We
love it.
I love you too. I love it too. Okay, so you wanted though to tell Caren and Dustin something, right?
Yeah. We found out that you are Moores, and we're also Moores.
Yes.
It's Jenny and Bobby Moore. Our
Last name's Moore?
Yeah.
What?
That's right. Yeah, so
Are we related to each other?
I don't know. We're English Moores.
I think we are too. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness.
Where's the bottle? Oh, Sophie. Get Sophie.
Sophie. Where's the bottle? Quick, it's on your left.
It's behind your booty.
I'm sitting on it. I'm warming
no,
it.
but that's what was crazy. So I write cards for like guests on the show, and I was like, they're both Moors. I was like, okay.
So we had no idea. Like when we read the story on the news, we found out that we were Moores, and so it just continued on after that.
Yes.
We found out that you struggled for 9 years to have children, and we've been married for 9 years.
Yeah.
And we've been struggling for 6 years to have children
Almost
too.
7,
So
yeah.
when you guys had, when we saw your story, it just meant so much to us because you guys had the courage to do the right thing, and you guys went through the time and put in the money, because we have friends that go through the adoption process, and it's not an easy thing, and it's something that's so incredible that you guys do, and it just encouraging us, and we had to share it with our passengers, and we needed to share, because so many people have advice for you guys, and we wanted to share that with you, you know, and honestly, it was.
You will never, ever understand what that meant to my wife and I, what you did for us, how you completely took away every concern and worry that we had. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Not even part of the story.
You'll never understand
Down here
what that meant
bawling.
to us.
Everything's fine.
Whatever inspired you to do that, whatever brought you to be the amazing people that you are, please don't ever lose that.
No, we won't, man.
Isn't it cool though? Something so simple you did. You were like, let's just do something nice for somebody else, and like people have no idea like what those little ripples end up being and meaning to someone. You had no idea the struggle of almost a decade of trying to have a baby. This was a really big deal.
No, we came on and you know, they're so nervous, the new parents, and so often
Was it that apparent?
it was pretty obvious.
So what do you want to say? Because like I know that nobody likes to hear this when you're going through it, but like man, once you have gone through that broken road that leads you to something so beautiful, like, then your life kind of becomes a testimony to other people because you had no idea, but you two had this same kind of thing. And how does that feel to impact people? Because going through what you went through, I have friends, very close friends that have gone through what you have gone through, and it's not easy. It's not an easy thing. So how cool is that you have impacted other people with something that was so hard for you, but you overcame?
Right. We're grateful that we can share a story and bring some hope to other people because when you're in the thick of it, you think it's never going to end. There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
You think there's just another hurdle coming.
Right, exactly.
I got to be outside the hospital room when she was born. I heard her cry for the first time. And I'm just going to tell you both right now, you are going to have a day where you're both going to hold your first child, your first son, your first daughter, and you're going to look back at everything that was ever painful, everything that was hard, and you're just going to say, worth it.
Oh, thank you.
Worth it all the way.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we will be. Oh, wait, I'm looking at you. I have this question. Wait, Chef Ray, I'm just saying with fertility, are there any things, like, I'm just curious, are there any things like food-wise that people tell, because, like, I know when you want to have the baby, they're like, spice it up. Are there any, have you ever been told, like, any foods that help with fertility?
I mean, I doubt there's any science behind this or anything proven, but I'm sure my grandmother would say that there was a chili for every sort of remedy. So I think it's just eating spice and that pain will, kind of get you.
Well, because I know that there's teas and stuff that really, people always got, I mean, a teas and like, there's all these things that everybody always says. So I didn't know if there's any food, but anyway, I was just curious.
Well, I feel like I'm chili in the eye now listening to this.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd love to blame the chili. I'm just emotional and I'm okay. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Please don't make me keep going.